colligative properties are properties of a solution that depend on the quantity of the solute, but not the kind of or identity of the solute particles. So under the colligative properties, we have number one is the osmotic pressure. So it is the osmotic pressure of a solution is the pressure required to stop osmosis. So osmosis is the movement of solvent molecules through a semi-permeable membrane from a pure solvent or a dilute solution to a more concentrated solution. So we also have the Van 't Hoff factor, which is the ratio of the measured value of the colligative property in the electrolyte solution to the expected value for a non-electrolyte solution. So we have here uh, the formula for osmotic pressure. So we have the pi symbol is equal to MRT, or pi is equal to I times MRT over MV, wherein the pi symbol is the osmotic pressure, which is in ATM. So the unit is ATM for this pressure. M, big letter M, is the molarity of the solution, which is in mole per liter. So R is the ideal gas constant, which is 0.0821 L ATM over mole K. So the temperature should be in Kelvin. M is the mass of the substance in grams, and I is the Van 't Hoff factor. For example, so problem number one, we have the osmotic pressure of a non-electrolyte. So the question is, what is the osmotic pressure of a 0.40 mole per liter glucose solution at 30 degrees Celsius? So since glucose is a non-electrolyte, so the Van 't Hoff factor for glucose is 1. So we have here the osmotic pressure is, so in the given, we have 1 times, so this is the molarity or molality. So we have 0.40 mole per liter times the R, which is 0.0821 over mole times K times, so the temperature should be 273.15 plus 30 degrees Celsius. So this is 303.15 K. So let's cancel the uh, units. So we will be left with ATM. So the answer is 9.94 ATM. Okay, so problem number 2. What is the osmotic pressure of a 0.30 mole per liter sodium chloride at 25 degrees Celsius? So NaCl dissociates into two ions. So the Van 't Hoff factor is 2. So the temperature should be 273.15 plus 30, which is 298.15 Kelvin. So the osmotic pressure is Let's just put the values. So we have 0.30 mole per liter times 0.0821 L dot ATM over mole K times 298.15 Kelvin. So let's cancel the units. So we are left with 14.66 ATM. So problem number 3. So what molarity of glucose will be isotonic with blood, which is 7.7 atm at 37 degrees Celsius? So glucose is non-electrolyte. So the Van Hoff factor is 1. And then for the formula, we have uh, the pressure is equal to IMRT, or since we are looking for the molarity, we have the pressure over IRT. So the temperature should be 273.15 plus 37, which is 310.15 Kelvin. So let's try. So this is 7.7 atm over 1 times 0.0821 L atm over mole K times 310.15 Kelvin. So canceling the units, we will be left with mole per liter. So our molarity is 0.30 mole per liter. Next problem, so a 0.215 gram protein is dissolved in 3.00 ml solution with 0. So at 298 Kelvin, the osmotic pressure is 0.345 K. What is its molar mass? Assume it's a non-electrolyte. So for a non-electrolyte, so we already have the Van Hoff factor, which is equal to 1. So we will use this formula, the second formula given, so over 5B. So we have here, so 1 times the mass, which is 0.215 grams, times 0.0821 LATM over mole K times 298 Kelvin all over 0.345 ATM times 3 ml of water. So let's convert that to liters. So it should be 0.003 liters so that we can cancel the units. So let's cancel first what we can cancel. So we will be left with gram per mole. Uh so the molar mass should be 5.70 times 10 raised to 3 gram per mole. So the next topic is vapor pressure. So it is the pressure exerted by the vapor when it is equilibrium with the liquid. So Rolt's law states that the partial pressure exerted by solvent vapor above the solution equals the product of the mole fraction of the solvent times the vapor pressure of the pure solvent as expressed in the equation below. So these are the formulas. So P solution is equal to X solvent times P naught of solvent. Where P naught is the vapor pressure of pure solvent at a certain temperature, X solvent is the mole fraction of the solvent, and P solution is the vapor pressure of the resulting solution. So we also have another formula below. So it only change from P solution to delta P, wherein delta P is the vapor pressure lowered. For example, for non-electrolyte solution, so what is the vapor pressure of a solution made by dissolving 200 grams of glucose in 400 ml of water at 25 degrees Celsius? So let's assume that the molar mass of glucose is 180.2 gram per mole, and the density of water is 1 gram per ml. The molar mass of water is 18.02 gram per mole, and the P naught of water, or the water uh, pressure of the pure water, is 23.8 mmHg. So first we have to convert the mass of glucose and water to mole. So you can multiply this one to, or let's divide. So 200 gram of glucose over 180.2 gram per mole. So we have 1.110 moles. And then, so we also have 400 ml times 1 gram per ml of water over 18.02 gram per mole. So we have 22.2 moles. So we also solve the mole fraction of water. So X water is equal to the mole of water over the mole of water plus mole of the glucose. So we have 0.9524. So you're seeing Raoult's law. So the pressure of the solution is equal to X of water times P naught of water. So this is 0.9524 times 23.8 mmHg. So we have 22.66 mmHg. Another example, so electrolyte. So we have a salt solution. A cook dissolves 15 grams of sodium chloride in 250 grams of water at 25 degrees Celsius. The water vapor of pure water at this temperature is 23.8 mmHg. By how much is the vapor pressure lowered? So let's convert the molar mass to moles. So we have 15 grams of NaCl over 58.44 gram per mole. So we have 0.257 mole. So for the molar mass of water to be converted to moles, we have 250 grams over 18.02 gram per mole. We have 13.88 moles. So solving for the mole fraction of NaCl, we have 0.257 mole over 0.257 mole plus 13.88 mole. So we have 0.0182. So using Rolle's law for delta P, because we have the question vapor pressure lowered. So we also involve here the Van Hoff factor times the x of NaCl times P naught of water. So we have 2 times 0.0182 times 23.8 mmHg. So the vapor pressure lowered is 0.865 mmHg. So another problem. So we have here a comparison of electrolyte versus non-electrolyte. So which has a lower vapor pressure and why? So we have here beaker A has 0.5 mole of glucose in 1 liter of water, and beaker B has 0.5 mole of calcium chloride in 1 liter of water. So let's assume complete dissociation for the calcium chloride. So in beaker A, glucose is non-electrolyte. In beaker B, the calcium chloride is electrolyte. So it dissociates. So since glucose is non-electrolyte, it stays as 0.5 mole. So the particles stays at 0.5 mole. Since CaCl2 dissociates, so it dissociates into 3 ions. So we have Ca2 plus and 2Cl negative. So we have the Van Hoff factor is 3. So it means that the effective particles is 3 times 0.5 mole. So we have 1.5 mole. Since colligative properties depends on the number of solute particles, then beaker B has more particles. So it lowers the vapor pressure more. So it means that beaker B has the lower vapor pressure because it produces more solute particles due to dissociation. Another topic is the boiling point elevation. So in boiling point elevation, a solution boils at a higher temperature than the pure solvent. So the formula is delta TB is equal to KBM. So wherein the delta TB is the boiling point elevation in degrees Celsius, and KB is the boiling point elevation constant, which is in degrees Celsius per M, and M is the molality of solution, which is in mole per kilogram. Okay, so the freezing point depression, so it is when a solution freezes at a lower temperature than the pure solvent. So the formula is delta TF is equal to KF times M, wherein delta TF is the freezing point depression, which is in degrees Celsius. KF is the freezing point depression constant, which is in degrees Celsius per M, and the molality, or M is the molality of the solution. So the formula for molality is moles of solute over kilogram of solvent. So we can also use the Van't Hoff factor when the solute is ionic or electrolyte. Okay. So for the examples, we have problem number 1. What is the boiling point of a solution prepared by dissolving 5 gram of glucose, which has a molar mass of 180.16 gram per mole, in 100 gram of water? And then the boiling point elevation constant for water is 0.512 degrees Celsius per M. So we have, let's calculate the moles of glucose. So the number of moles of glucose is 5.00 gram over 180.16 gram per mole. So this is 0.02776 mole. And then we have the mass is 100 gram. So let's convert this to 0.10 kilogram. So let's compute for, this is the mass. So let's compute for the molality, which is 0.02776 mole over 0.10 kilogram. So we have 0.2776 mole per kilogram. So using the boiling point elevation formula, we have delta TB is equal to KB times M, which is 0.512 degrees Celsius per M times 0.2776 mole per kilogram. So delta TB is equal to 0.1421 degrees Celsius. But the question is, so what is the boiling point of the solution? So the boiling point should be 100 degrees Celsius plus 0.1421 degrees Celsius, which is equal to 100.14 degrees Celsius. Next, for the freezing point depression, what is the freezing point of a solution made by dissolving 10 grams of sodium chloride in 500 grams of water? So assume complete dissociation And the Kf of water is 1.86. 1.86 degrees Celsius per M. So, first we have the moles of NaCl, which is equal to 10 gram over 558.44 gram per mole. So, we have 0.1711 mole. So, since NaCl dissociates into two ions, so let's multiply this into 2. So, this is 2 times 0.1711. This is equal to 0.3422 mole. And then, the mass of water should be 0.50 kilogram. And then, the molality is 0.3422 mole over 0.50 kilogram, which is 0.6844 mole per kilogram. So, the freezing point depression is equal to 0.6844 times 1.86. So, we have 1.273 degrees Celsius. So, the freezing point is equal to 0 degrees Celsius minus 1.273 degrees Celsius, which is equal to negative 1.273 degrees Celsius. So, that is the new freezing point.